extremely glad and such a pleasure to be among such eminent people here. The panelists are, erudite people, and then, it's very, it's a pleasant experience for me to be sharing these thoughts that I have drawn from, about 20 years of being a mentor to children as a writing coach and interacting with students and their parents on a one-on-one basis. It has given me a lot of understanding and experience of what a parent goes through and what the children go through. So having this experience has helped me understand that. Before I start, I have a problem with this very phrase, brave new world. Okay, let me confess, because I feel that the world is anything but brave now. There is fear instilled everywhere, fear embedded everywhere, fear of loss, fear of deprivation, fear of invasion. I think the world is not brave. Therefore, the adjective brave needs to be moved out of the noun world and be attached to us, parents and guardians, and then we must do whatever best we can to impart that bravery onto our children. That's what we need to do. The world is not brave. The world is a tinderbox now, but therefore we need to be brave, is how I look at it. And therefore the world is actually very fluid. It's in a state of flux. And as Dr. Pulkit rightly pointed out, one size doesn't fit all. And that is the biggest challenge for parents today. What they encountered yesterday is not what they're going to encounter today. Each day comes with its own set of challenges. Therefore, the first thing that parents need to be accepting of is adaptability. I think parents need to be extremely ready to change themselves, adapt themselves, reinvent, and be a new set of parents every single morning, because their children are changing. What they faced yesterday is not what they're going to face today. Therefore, the parents will also have to have a new set of answers for the questions that the children throw at them. The children are going out into the world, bringing in questions that they have never encountered. As again, Dr. Pulkit pointed out, are we equipped ourselves to face the questions that our children bring back home is the first question that we as parents need to know. Therefore, the key here is to have a readiness to change ourselves and adapt to a dynamic world. We have our conventional methods, as again, I'm quoting Dr. Pulkit. I'm in agreement with her on many points that she discussed here. We draw from our own experiences of the past, from the way we were raised, from the lessons that we learned, but none of them, they are old syllabus, as she said, that none of them may really work. That's not the trick. We need to find out what needs to be done today for the children of today, for the challenges of today. And tomorrow it might be entirely new ball game. So are we ready for that? So our readiness is very important here. And that would mean upgrading ourselves consistently as parents. We cannot sit back and sit on our past laurels. No, what our parents did to us or how we grew up is not the way our children are growing up. So let's keep updating ourselves, be adaptable, be ready to change is the first thing I say. The second thing I always feel, when we have problems and solutions, when we discuss problems and solutions in any sphere, we always approach it in a very pedagogical manner. We theorize a lot of things. We say what is wrong, but rarely address how it can be solved. I've come across this in many places, and that's probably why most self-help books just remain self-help books. People don't get the right practical solutions and answers that they can implement in their everyday life. So we need to find answers to and tell parents not just what they need to do, but how to do. Therefore, what I feel, we need to have three things. I think of it in three different ways. There are three gifts that we can give our children, and not strategy. Let's not even call it strategy. Those are words that really scare parents. So parents need to be taught in a very simple, succinct way as to how to deal with their everyday problems that they have with children. So let us give them answers in very small, chocolate forms that they can use. So I always feel, I've even spoken to a lot of parents that I meet, and I speak to the parents of my students. The three things that we can give them as gifts: prepare them, empower them, free them. Okay, prepare them for the world that they are going to step out into when they leave their homes. It's all nice for us to tell that the world is a nice place, it's full of kind people, you be kind. Yes, it's very nice. We need to give them all the good virtues and values. But then they also need to be told, they also need to be given a heads up about what they can expect. There is danger, there is risk, there are challenges out there in the world. Be prepared to face them. Tell them what they can expect out there in the world without, mollycoddling and without draping anything, a veil over it. No, let's not do it. Let's be honest about what the world is going to serve them when they step out. So that is preparing them. It's good to instill faith in them, about the goodness in the world. And it's important for us to tell them that, they need to be good to people. But then, yes, be prepared. This is what you probably may meet on the way. There is danger lurking. There are risks out there. Be prepared, so that preparation is the first thing that parents can do. So what is the next thing we can do? Empower them. Okay, if there are dangers out there, risks out there, what do? This is how you encounter these risks and dangers. Give them skills. You give them emotional skills. You help them to overcome emotional challenges. You help them by let me even talk about what is success. We even need to redefine success. Help them to go out there in the world. Teach them to fail. Tell them it's okay to fail. Fail forward. Fail, get up, get going. Give them the skills that they need to face the dangers, the challenges, the risks. That would again mean, being strong in our own convictions. Parents need to be really, really honest about what they talk to their children. You cannot simply get away by telling your children philosophical things, theories that don't work. We need to walk the talk. So let's be very convinced about our belief systems. Tell our children that, look, the times are changing. Look, these are the things you can expect to happen when you are out there. It's a lot of hard work. Let's accept it. It's a lot of hard work, but no one ever said that parenting is easy. We grew up. When we were children, we grew up. Today, we need to raise children because they need guidance. They need direction. We probably made our own, we found our own space in the world, the way we grew up, but that will not happen now. Okay. So coming back to, having our own convictions about it. So let parents be really convinced about what they are talking to their children. We need to validate what we speak to our children. Let's not just give them cock and bull stories and expect them to believe us. Our children are not going to believe us. Yeah. So let's walk the talk, tell them that you need to prepare. Second, empower them. And third, free them after that. Once you have equipped them, once you have told them what to expect, leave it to them to make their own decisions. Have faith in them. Tell them, look, these are things that you have learned from us. You are going out into the world. Use the tools and techniques that you have learned at home to survive in the world. Have faith in your children. They are going to make it. I tell every single parent of my students, have faith in your child. Instill the good things in them and see how they are going to perform out there. We need to have faith in our children to do good only because we have taught them the right things. Yeah. So, when we do that, what happens is that the children gain confidence in themselves. The children gain confidence in the lessons that they have learned from us. And then the children also feel that they are empowered. There's nothing in the world that can stop them. Let me give you a quick example of how you can, implement these things. For example, I have a daughter. When I have a daughter, I'm going to prepare her by telling her, look, if you walk out in the night, in the middle of the night, there are dangers. There is a risk. I'm going to tell her. It doesn't help me to tell her that you are a woman, we need to be free, be a feminist and all. Everything good, sounds good. But as a mother, it's my duty to tell her that if you walk out there in the middle of the night on the street, there are these risks attached. I prepare her for that and I empower her. I give her all the tools and techniques that she can use to protect herself. Teach children to protect themselves from harm. Do it in whichever way, whether it's emotional protection, whether it's physical protection, give them every little tool and technique that they can use to protect themselves. So I tell my daughter, I have taught you self-defense. I have taught you ways to protect yourself from harm. Use it should you need to go out. And the third thing, free her to take a decision. Do you want to go? It's your decision. Take responsibility for your decision. And then at that point, the children will be capable of knowing whether it's good for them to walk out, and then my daughter will be good enough to decide for herself, is it good enough for me to go out or not? Because she has been equipped enough. So I always feel that it's better to prepare the child, empower the child, and then free the child to take decisions on their own so that they are capable individuals who can face the world in their own capacity and not fall back on us, come back running to us every time they have a challenge. And there's also, once again, I would also like to say, it's good for us to tell our children, go out there, run the race, bring home the trophies. Yes, I would love to have my child bring home the trophies, but I would also tell my children, there is merit in money. I'm not undermining the merit in money. I'm not undermining the merit in materialism, but then there are other virtues that you need to work on for a complete, rich and fulfilling and meaningful life. Help them to see the meaning in relationships. Help them to see the meaning in good health, in good mental health, in spirituality. Help them to see the value and the virtue in other spheres of life, so that our children are not only thinking about, most of my students, when I talk to them about their future, they talk about career and making money. These are the only two things that are on top of the mind. No, let's shift the paradigm. Let's get out of the conventional definition of what achievement means and tell them that there's a lot more to life than just these two things. The only thing that the first thing that I teach my students when they come to my class is, first be a good human being and then be anything else. So once they get that value right, they keep reinventing themselves too along with us. So I feel to prepare our children, we need to be prepared ourselves first. As Dr. Pulkit rightly put, you cannot pour from an empty cup. We need to fill ourselves, and filling ourselves means preparing ourselves for today and for tomorrow and forever. And it's an ongoing process. Parenting can never stop one day or start another day. We are continuously going to be parents at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, but parents of different kinds, to children of different kinds who are also growing and evolving. That's what I would like to say. Yes. And thank you very much for this opportunity, Sri Kumar.